friends, Brickmaster Mason here. I just want to do a quick video. This is a new series I'm going to start. Maybe we'll call it the Mock Showcase. This is one of the mechs I've built here, and I felt like it was only proper, before I continue giving you tutorials and showing you how to build mechs, I thought it would make sense for me to establish my credibility as a Lego builder. It only made sense to do so. So I just wanted to show you some of the things I build. That way you'd have reason to listen to me, because why would you listen to some random guy? You need to know if I even build good things or not. So I just want to put this here. This one is first mechs I built it a while back. You saw me build the head in the last video. I want to show you the whole body that went with it too. It's pretty cool. Stability. I wanted to make this mech very unique in design. So you can see we've got those really long limbs. They're very thin and tapered too. But it gives a unique look. It looks very agile. That's what this mech was meant to be. It's got those discs. You can see every mech I build has an inspiration, for lack of better words. There's a piece that begins it. And for this mech, it was this disc. This was found in a one of the second wave of the Guardians of the Galaxy sets. They're just 8x8 discs, but they work really well. They may be 10x10, forgive me if they are. Yeah, they work really well. I thought they looked cool. And then, here's one of the shoulder pauldrons, right here. It is like one of the checkpoints or something. We've got a big mechanism underneath. The idea for these discs is that they are gyroscopes, pods or something. There's discs inside of said gyroscope, and that helps the mech to balance. And I just was thinking about the principles of design here. When you play video games, sometimes you make your character jump into midair, and like Mario, for example, or any movie, any game, even Minecraft, you jump and you can move while in midair. Now, I tried to justify that. I'm like, how could they do that? My mind first went to jet propulsion, and then I thought, well, let's try something else. So basically, inside the legs would be these discs, and in the shoulders too, and they would spin really fast. It'd build up momentum and inertia, and then they'd stop. Like there'd be a brake system inside that would stop. The whole mech would jerk forward using that inertia while in midair. It's just a cool solution, but it would help it to dodge obstacles. Yeah, let's see. What do we have here? We got knees and we got hips. As you can see, there's just a lot of segmentalization and armor on it, so the posability isn't perfect. It's got a lot though. I mean, funny thing is, these arms have an extra joint. So there's a joint here, so that would be 1, 2, 3, and then 4. A human hand and arm only has 3, your shoulder, your elbow, and your wrist. So there's plenty of articulation here. And we've got some fins here, these katanas. Let me zoom in on those. They're garage door pieces from like a Lego City set. We've got a lightsaber hilt that joins the two, and an actual lightsaber blade that helps cover up that metal gap. That's the best I could do. I was just thinking about all the things I could do to ground the mech, because we can all build mechs and we enjoy it, but to really make it look like it could exist in the real world, we have to give it something, some things that just make sense. If the limbs are so thin, maybe they're made of carbon fiber or some kind of composite, or carbon nanotubes, then here's the wires. We got these massive cables that twist around the arm and link up to the katanas to provide energy for such a massive plasma blade. Like that's a lot of energy you'd have to consume. So a little power core in here. We'll see if we can see it. There we are. You can see there's a little bit of blue in there. Again, we're just talking about grounding in reality. This thing needs some wear and tear, some battle scars. Because this is basically a custom Jaeger that I built. Its name is Kazino Hashi. I'm bad at Japanese. Please don't attack me for it, I'm really sorry. But basically that's supposed to translate to edge of the wind. And here we have a closer look at the back of this mech, just to demonstrate some of the techniques that were used. We've got right in the center, all those purple bits. That's part of the boost pack, the jump pack. I don't think that this mech is really capable of sustained flight, but this would just help it jump and dodge and bolt forward and cool stuff like that. So that's what those would be, just little jet thrusters. I used harpoons right behind the head as some comm antennas, just for, you know, communication across vast distances, as one does. We've got some really tiny little vestigial winglets. They're real cute. They're adjustable as well. You can twist them up and down and rotate them. We got our one, like that's our other sticker here. We use that there too. Just a very minimal use of stickers here. They don't always work out well, so I just wanted to use them where I could. Now the midsection here, and I've only started doing this recently, but tires are an excellent, and it doesn't look quite as good from the front because this mech is articulated forward, but that's the key word. Articulation just means posability and movement. This mech can twist and turn. The entire midsection is on a single ratcheted ball joint, like a hip joint. So the entire top of the torso, as you can see right now, is angled forward and it's twisted, which gives such a dynamic look to this robot. So I thought that that'd be pretty cool. What we also have here, you can see we used many small pieces on the back of the arm. I kind of went to town as far as greebling is concerned. Greebling, that's another word I like to use. It just means like mechanical details. So you can see the back there, we've got a toothed gear, Technic gear, got a couple of Star Wars laser rifles just used as like maybe large pistons and solenoids and actuators. We've got a Technic tread, a small one in there. What I kind of did here was the idea is that this mech is very skeletal in nature, and it's just got this ceramic armor on it, but the inside is just all strong, and it's black and mechanical, and it radiates heat really well. So that's just why I went for black. Now here's another thing you want to think of. I chose the color scheme because of this. I wanted to do yellow. I mean, of course, the seed piece was those yellow pieces located on the legs, but this yellow, this school bus yellow, if you will, is a lot more realistic. And again, we're talking about grounding our mechs and making them look cool, making them look real. If I made this in canary yellow, like the bright yellow, or even pastel yellow, it'd be cuter, but it'd definitely look more like a toy. It wouldn't look as real. A real mech would have some fades and scars, and it'd be darker. If you ever look at any large, construction vehicles, they're a dark yellow. They're not neon yellow, they're dark yellow. So that's why I went with this color. Dark red, same principle. Cherry red looks more like a toy. Dark red is more grounded in reality. This is another piece. I think they're called chakrams. They're these silver pieces. They come with the Lego Black Panther series. Super good pieces. I use them a lot if I can. They look cool. They got one clip on them, but there it might be used as some kind of containment field for an energy source, or an acceleration ring to, like, for a generator, just to, like a transformer maybe, to help amp up the power once it reaches those katanas, get it to like a supercritical level. But yeah, just here's the back of the legs, just in case you want to see how those work. We've got another Star Wars rifle up in there, and sorry for the lack of focus, really. But yeah, it was fun. This mech was fun to put together. So yeah, let's just get into a few of the techniques. Just want to show a few more of the details before we move on. Up here, we've got the use of some large Technic treads to fill in the details in the front, binoculars, all kinds of things. But the holes in those treads, in case you didn't know, you probably did, are stud sides. So you can put a stud, reversed of course, inside of it. So I use that to put a couple of nice LED lights in there in case this thing needs to go out at night. Thought that would make sense. This was actually unintentional, and then I just kind of ran with it. I threw this stripe in here. I thought it looked pretty good. I don't know, it's good to just include little details, visual interest, because if this was just one big dark and black and amalgamation, it wouldn't be fun to look at anymore. I mean, it'd start to hurt your eyes. So I wanted to just put a little bit of gray in there to break it up. I think that worked out well. You can see all the parts that were used, Technic pieces, tire hubs, joystick. We just go down. It's further axles, a cone, and then we come down here, and what I did was I have a rod running out of the cone, and over the rod, to thicken it up ever so slightly, I placed some just generic black Technic pins. You may have not known this, you probably did. Disclaimer, please don't get mad at me if you do. Congratulations if you know these tips already, but the inside of a Technic pin is the exact width of one of the standard rods. So you can insert a rod into the Technic pin, no problem. So that's what I did here. I think it looks pretty good. Now, depending on what you want to do for scale, as you can see, the scene here is built at minifig scale. We've got a croissant, a frog, a mushroom. These are all built at minifig scale, but if you wanted this little tiny astronaut figure here, and then you really, if you focus on it, I mean, this is massive. And absolutely, let me rephrase this. This is pretty big. I mean, if you look at that little dude down in the corner, this is a big Jaeger. I mean, it's not as big as the ones in the movies, but maybe that's to be expected. One more thing I wanted to show was, you know, just around the neck and head area. If we zoom in here enough, you can start to see that there's a lot of details here too. There's also intakes for those jet thrusters in the back right there, and I made those in gray, again, just to stand out. There's the other two stickers, that's it. Again, you've probably seen this head in the other video, so I think it fits pretty well. As far as parts that were used in the neck area, let me remove the head real quick. And on those gray areas I used ingots, just some standard silver ingots because of those really nice beveled edges that they have. Give it a more, if you guys ever heard of Murphy's Law, because that's exactly what's happening right here. Okay, we're stable, we're holding, excellent. Alright, so now that I've removed the head, you can see what's really going on. We've got roller skates even, we've got cones, we've just got standard 1x1s. I don't know if you see this piece here, but here's something I'm going to teach you. Lego has a couple of parts that when you receive, you put them together and you almost never take them apart. I'm talking about this piece right here, 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 and here. I got 4 of them. And those are the bottom parts of like hinge bricks. And you just remove the top and they make an excellent greebling piece. And surprisingly enough, you probably have more of those than you expect if you start looking for them. Same thing goes here. If you look close enough, yeah, okay, we got our camera work a little smoother this time. Focus, thank you. If you look under there, that piece is actually the bottom half of a 2x2 turntable plate. It's modified. It's black. The top would be gray and circular. You've probably seen these before. You use them to make little turrets and stuff, but take the top off and it actually makes another great little quick greebling piece. So that's what I use there. Yeah, so there's just a variety of techniques. We could spend hours looking at this thing. I don't want to bore you guys. Wow, for once I got the head on there, no issue. That feels good. So yeah, here it is. We've come to the end of our video. If you guys enjoyed, if you want to see more of the builds I do, please let me know. You know, put a comment down below. Tell me what you liked and disliked. I welcome your criticism. Please bring it because I'm always trying to improve and I'm always trying to help you guys, and so feedback would be much appreciated. Please leave a like if you enjoyed today's episode. I'll try to feature another one later. And just to let you know, my next mechs are actually a lot more stable than this one. They don't have stands. They don't require any base plates or anything. So that's nicer. This one's just so far out there. I really didn't have a choice. That's just how I wanted to get the shaping. But again, glad you guys watched. I appreciate your patience and look forward to making another video with you guys. Thanks for all the support I got in my last one too. This is really exciting. I really appreciate how much has happened so far. You've exceeded my expectations and I'm pleasantly surprised. So thank you. Thank you very much. I hope you have happy building. I hope this inspired you. And so, without further ado, this has been Brickmaster Mason.